Huh. Let's get this started. Cairo. Pink the red रहेछ.
Ready when you are.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
Cool it! Dodge this! Freeze! Cool it! Dodge this! Freeze! Dodge this! Freeze! Cool it! Dodge this! Freeze! Cool it! Freeze!
His face.
Quest. Zhongli.
Oh? I didn't think I would see you here.
Are these two your friends?
Yes, we had the fortune of meeting not too long ago. They are quite a knowledgeable and talented traveler. We were just discussing the history of...
This, good sir, seems not to appreciate the almighty power of the Lord of Geo. As a professional archaeologist, I'm inclined to correct some of his erroneous views. We are discussing the whereabouts of the first Mora.
The first?
As everyone knows, the Lord of Geo taught the ancient people of Liyue the craft of smelting, creating goods that allowed them to
First Mora.
develop trade with the early nations of that time. Today, Liyue holds the sole right to cast Mora in the entire continent of Teyvat. The world's very first Mora should have been cast by the hands of the Lord of Geo himself thousands of years ago.
According to my research, as well as my own hypothesis, I believe that this coin of unique historical significance has been passed down secretly through the years as a kind of token. For example, perhaps the Qixing who control the Liyue use it in some kind of unknown ceremony they hold when they come to power.
No. My research indicates that the first Mora coin is not such a simple thing. Mora is a catalyst. This we all know. Even today, Mora is used in the mystic arts for its curious properties of weapon enhancement. The world's first Mora would no doubt possess the strongest power. My next historical treatise will boldly expound on the newest findings from my intense decade-long research. That is, that the Lord of Geo used this original Mora as a catalyst to enhance a dagger and a sword.
A dagger?
Well, buy the book when it comes out to read the full story. For now, I will only reveal this. The one who finds the dagger shall become supreme in Liyue, and the one who finds the sword may be crowned Liyue's sovereign.
I can't say I agree. Let us not speak of the authenticity of the dagger and sword first. But Mora and money came about simply because they are a convenient measure of a contract's value. Rex Lapis just meant for Mora to serve as a catalyst for people to exchange and trade. The world's first Mora is probably just an ordinary coin created by Rex Lapis. As for its fate, the same as all Mora, I suspect. It was simply spent somewhere.
I think that Mr. Hanshua's hypothesis seems reasonable. Mr. Zhongli's argument, on the other hand, lacks any evidence. How can you so easily dismiss the Lord of Geo's profound foresight?
No, I am not debating right or wrong. I am simply stating a fact.
Enough! Do you think you understand the Lord of Geo more than me?
I know but little about history, and I wouldn't dare to brag. But discussion is meaningless if everyone has the same opinion, no?
Well then, answer me this. Long ago, when Liyue Harbor was being constructed, the Lord of Geo taught the people how to build houses. The model home he used to teach them was completely cast from Mora.
That is correct.
Okay, then tell me. Why would the Lord of Geo do something so extravagant, if not because of the mystical...
There's a simple explanation, really. To the god of wealth and commerce, what material is easier to get than Mora?
Oh.
I mean, I am talking about Rex Lapis.
Excuse me, sir. I have some questions about archaeology.
Oh, it's no problem at all. But may my friend accompany us?
I'm just
Of
here
course.
for a good
They
story.
can come if that's what pleases you, sir.
Life is short, so eat, drink, and be merry.
कतातिर छ त्यो छैन रहेछ। ओइ
Life is short, so eat, drink, and be merry.
नमिल्ने रहेछ। ओइ झर्छ त यार। जस्ट अ मिनेट सेयर चाहिँ गर्नु पर्यो, मैले सेयर नै गरेँ हैन यार।
Life is
Okay, shared.
short, so eat, drink, and be merry.
What I'm about to say is a bit disrespectful of the Lord of Geo and would draw a lot of angry. Your argument just now exhibited acuteness of speech and thought. Most importantly, you don't fall for the boasting and acting of the other. So I have a question for you. Perhaps you will answer differently from other scholars. Do you think that all the gods that the Geo Archon killed were evil?
Let's not analyze it in terms of good versus evil. Rex Lapis placed great importance on the integrity of contracts. So any gods he killed certainly must have broken some kind of contract.
Right! The Lord of Geo wouldn't kill the innocent.
But when I was doing some research, I learned about the legend of the god of salt. The god of salt, Havria, was a very kind god. But she encountered Morax one day in battle. Morax used a rather underhanded trick to...
What?
This bit of history is a long story. But you may not like the truth when you hear it.
Don't worry, please tell me what you know. This event, I've already searched for answers for a long time.
Quite so.
Over here, Mr. Zhongli. I've been looking for you.
Put down your weapon and stay back. Otherwise...
First of all, I'm not holding a weapon. There's no need to overreact now. I'm simply an archaeological researcher from Snezhnaya. I'm not.
The Fatui say that every—
But this time, I registered with the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs. I could show you the official documentation if you want to see it. I will be conducting an archaeological survey here, the results of which will all be— I heard that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor had a consultant named Zhongli, with immense knowledge of ancient history and archaeology. So I paid Wangsheng Funeral Parlor a handsome amount to hire Zhongli as my—
So you mean to say that this is work for the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, yes? Well, since it's work, I don't have a choice. A consultant of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor must respect their duty.
Of course you would be such a reasonable man. Well then, let's—
Wait, if you were studying archaeology, can I go—
That will give us a chance to continue the topic we were just discussing. Oh, and you should tag along too. This experience may be of help. It is a story from before the rise of the Seven. Although the god of salt has already perished, it will still be a meaningful experience for your journey.
Wait. This is an archaeological expedition, not a tour group. That's too—
But this friend of mine has a treasure-finding talent, surpassed by no one. It will surely be of great help to us.
Oh?
If my friend espies a treasure chest, they will absolutely find a way to open it.
Hey, Paimon's good at that too!
Well, that is well, let's go. There's no time to waste. When the Overlord of the Vortex was crushed by the Jade Chamber recently, perhaps something of interest was washed ashore. An ancient artifact would be good. Traces of ancient activity would be great. But a piece of the god's limb would be even better. Who knows what surprise—
God's limb.
That's another one gone.
अब यहाँबाट चाहिँ माथि कसरी जानु यहाँ रहेछ Hungry, Paimon, hungry. Yes, yes. Though Paimon doesn't seem to be hungry. Welcome to the stream.
This place looks so ordinary. Can we really find anything valuable here?
Huh? Paimon thinks—
I don't mean the scenery, but rather that there should be something out of the ordinary. A big battle did just occur and all, and I don't even know where to begin looking here.
Guyan Stone Forest is actually the perfect place to be, if you wish to learn about the gods or the history of the Archon War.
Oh. Best of luck.
Legend has it that Rex Lapis threw spears made of large rock into the sea here, piercing and crushing the Overlord of the Vortex. After many years of wind erosion, those stone spears have turned into the unique rock formations we see now.
These mountains were the Lord of Geo's weapon?
What we see now is just the part of them that remains. The stone spears hurled by Rex Lapis all those years ago were much greater, both in number, but due to the different angles they landed at, their large centers of mass, erosion by seawater, and years of gravity, Many of them have been completely swallowed by... So besides wind erosion, the initial collapsing of the stone spears also played a big part in the formation of Guyan Stone Fort.
Well, a god able to fight one so powerful as Rex Lapis was certainly very...
Indeed. This is where the value lies in research at Guyan Stone Fort. Most of the objects from that time were lost to the sea. But the gigantic waves created by the Overlord of the Vortex have given those sunken objects a chance to see the light.
So you're saying that if we look carefully, we'll be able to... well, since we brought so many people,
Okay then. I will go with my friend here. Although I have a smattering of knowledge in various disciplines, when it comes to archaeology, I can't compete with the...
Huh? Me?
What's the matter? This is your profession.
I get it.
Okay.
Opposite side of the shore.
The ancient god probably left behind lots of elemental marks. Following them should make our search much easier.
Well, go ahead then. Use your elemental sight to look for any marks.
Back off!
अरे
Let's dance.
Back off! Adventure time!
one left. Bye bye.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand back! To ashes!
I'll protect us. Go for...
Why do they never miss?
You, calm down.
You haven't won yet! Back off! Off we go! Ha!
Why are there enemies here?
Guyan Stone Forest is a place where a god was defeated, and its remnants still affect the area to this day.
Back off! Get out of here! Let's light it up! Teamwork is dreamwork! Out of the way!
Think first, think later.
Let the show begin. Together here. But why?
See that object in the center? Perhaps it emits the remnant strength of the god. That would certainly attract them. But the hydromimic monsters... I have a contract, and must put my personal feelings aside. Go ahead. Defeat them, and recover the relic.
Oh, I'm lagging.
Come on, we can do it.
Don't get frostbite. Dodge this.
Get out of here! Take cover! That's gonna hurt in the morning.
Oh, 2 damage for Beidou.
Let's light it up! Teamwork is dreamwork! Back off! Get out of here! Ow! Eyes on me!
Freeze!
Let's dance.
Let's light it up!
It's just a stone slab. But its design is quite unique. This should be enough to garner some information. Let's head back.
call yourself a scholar of archaeology? You can't even recognize this or that.
We all have our areas of expertise.
Oh, stop arguing!
This girl just keeps bragging about how she's an archaeologist, but she doesn't even know anything about the surrounding ruins. She left me to rely solely on guessing, experience, to find anything valuable.
I've just been researching the god of salt, so I'm not familiar with sea relics. Is that so strange? And you kept asking about how much Mora everything is worth. Can the value of relics only be measured in Mora?
Isn't measuring their value...
Now, calm down. No need... Oh, what a shame. These objects were indeed washed ashore by the Overlord of the Vortex, but they have nothing to do with the god besides being in the vicinity at the time. The stone slab we found, however, has a mysterious pattern and faint aura of divine power.
Quick, give it to me. At least we didn't come for nothing. The power of the... Oh, but these other objects are certainly worth a little something, right?
So, it's only valuable for
Not at all. My quest to uncover the history of the god of salt is because history can tell... But you? You're just trying to use archaeology to get rich.
Nonsense! I'm a professional archaeology researcher from Snezhnaya. I swear, if I...
Oh, by the way, you probably don't want to sell that tea...
Oh? Why is...
That's not an ancient teacup. It's part of Ningguang's collection. It must have fallen here along with the Jade Chamber. So unless you want to mess with the cheap...
Ah, I see.
See? You do what...
So what? Why can't I... All right, then. No...
Ha 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 ha. Hello guys, welcome to the stream. मैले त अनि खेल्दिनँ मैले भनिसकेको थिएँ नि हैन र लेट मी स्ट्रीम यो एउटा हामी ओए के हो यो त जाऊँ कि नजाऊँ कस्तो हान्छ यार यसले
This one will be frozen.
Let the show begin.
Back off! Power that ended high Zhongli! I'm going in!
No spoilers please.
Let's light it up! Why do they never miss?
Cool it.
Back off!
मरेछ वेलकम टु द स्ट्रिम भन्न बिर्सेछ है मैले
I heard that Salterai was once the home of the god of Salt's people. Therefore, there's sure to be loads of valuable relics nearby.
According to legend, the people of the god of Salt, Havria, enjoyed prosperity, but this legend has been around for ages. With the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders in the area, there probably aren't many valuable things left here.
Oh, good. That's just great. If I knew it was picked this clean before, I wouldn't have come.
About that, I know there's a ruin deep in this cave here. It's related to the god of Salt,
No
which is
spoilers,
actually how the
please.
area originally got its
Why?
name of Salterai. However, the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious power. Nobody has been able to break the seal. I found a mechanism that seemed to be related to the seal, but when I undid the mechanism... So at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are very important topics in my research on the god of Salt. I don't know, there's no concrete evidence, but I'm pretty sure the seal is meant to hide some kind of The god of Salt was a benevolent god, adored by the people, not to mention powerful. So, the one who wants to hide some truth is very possibly her killer.
This doesn't sound like something the Lord of Geo would...
Who cares about all that? It sounds like countless treasures of the god of Salt lie within this ruin, just waiting for some...
You weren't listening at all, were you? Ugh. Even if there's a mountain of treasures inside, nobody can get...
Ah, but we have the illustrious Mr. Zhongli with us. He looks like he knows just about everything. A little seal shouldn't be any trouble for him.
This seal seems to be quite ancient.
I may know something about...
What?
Over the years, I've heard various rumors with bits of knowledge about seals. Although their references seem rather disorderly, let's go take a look at the mechanism.
Okay, since Mr. Zhongli...
Kau mechanism pani.
Here it is. There's some debris scattered here that, when put together, look like they definitely had to do with the god of Salt. According to the inscription on the side, if one looks from a certain angle, the secret to the mechanism will be revealed. See that? Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
That's because there's actually another mechanism that must be activated.
Another?
Let me lead the way from here.
This place seems familiar. Huh, when I investigated the seal last, but when we lit up all the elements...
That's because you don't just need to activate them at the same time. The secret to this puzzle is hidden in the legends about the Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. All desolate and devoid of life. Liyue is vast, yet even one haven is hard to find.
To the north, to the east, do the people of Liyue...
I think I've heard...
Certainly you have. And the contents of this saying are also related to to provide a haven for her people. At that time, with the chaotic fires of war engulfing and that haven she eventually...
How sad then.
Okay, enough with these ancient stories.
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce
South,
in the
east,
north.
west, north.
With this clue, you should be able...
Here, let me help you.
भनेपछि
Back off!
मिस्टेक गरेको छ
Look! The seal really was broken! Mr. Zhongli is indeed quite remarkable.
It was nothing, really. Now, it's time that people learn the hidden truth lost to time.
Genshin Impact. Oh bro, Genshin Impact.
Off we go!
This will be interesting.
Also, welcome to the stream.
Off we go! Adventure time! Off we go!
Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless arguing between you two.
Okay.
I propose you two agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who gets claim to each treasure we encounter, with only one object permitted per... To show my sincerity, I won't be taking any
Hey! Don't pass an opportunity.
I don't agree. I mean, you want me to split the treasure with this amateur?
I don't agree either. He will only defile the precious relics left behind by the god of salt. I can't accept this.
Well then,
Yes,
if the contract
concession.
is not agreed upon, I will no longer serve as your consultant on this expedition. You will have to rely on your own experience to...
You have the audacity to demand this. Okay then. Even half of the treasure in the long-sealed ruin of the God of Salt should be enough.
If you want me to agree upon this contract, if we discover the truth behind the god of salt, you must...
I can accept it. Well then.
I'll protect us.
इयरफोन निकालेको एको आयो क्या एकछिनमा फेरि इयरफोन लाउँछु इयरफोन चाहिँ
Wow! Where did that come from?
Let's go. कति अँध्यारो भएको हो एकचोटि सातै उडिरहेको
To ashes!
Let the show begin. Huh. Oh, huh. Hi. Hi. Huh.
Back off! Back off!
इसमें तो मारू करने का है। Okay, let me record like this copy over that. ये कति आको ओए के हो 71 भन्छ यार लेभल त पुग्दैन नि त्यसको सेफ खेल्नु पर्ने गयो सेफ खेल्नु पर्ने हो ओ जङ्गली आयो त नि
Are these statues?
No. These are people.
Duh.
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin?
Rise!
Let's light it up! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Quake!
जङ्गली छ भने पुग्छ यहाँबाट जानु
Crumble!
Look at this! It's filled halfway with salt.
It just looks like a fancy salt holder.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also forever half full. That is to say, it is bottomless.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
Exactly.
Able to produce endless salt.
Finally. After all that, I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags.
Hey! How can you use a—
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan.
Of course, as we agreed.
Since we have a contract.
Then let's move on.
Let's move on.
Rise!
Eyes on me! Back off!
ये sorry मोरे देता था.
Just a simple ruler.
This, if I remember.
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt, much like a rising tide covers. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is essentially a bumper.
What? That's even better than the salt chap.
Well then, according to our—
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the And this girl has been useless.
Oh boy, here we go again.
So you are saying you want to—
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, let's not forget who hired who here.
Because you agreed to a— Rex Lapis once said,
That is one of your Liyue—
will suffer the wrath of the rock.
Pay your dues.
Quake!
Rise! Order guide you.
Oh my god.
Don't get frostbite. Dodge this.
Everybody stand back!
Crumble! Can't run from death.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue.
Oh, darn you!
Some archaeological survey. He could only pretend for so long. Hey, Paimon likes Mora, but Paimon doesn't do bad things.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides, when people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their desire and follow the contract?
Raimundas loves food.
I think we should be honest with each other now.
Huh?
That in truth, not a single member of this archaeological expedition came here for archaeology.
What?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. However, you are an expert when it comes to anything regarding the god of salt. You aren't
How is
interested
your
in
audio so
archaeology or
clear?
relics.
I have no
What you're
idea.
really interested in is the god of salt. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are passed down between generations at
Okay, Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. I seem to have been right to seek you out once I plucked up my courage. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the jurisdiction of the Qixing, Yinyuan Hall of the salt industry. Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land and
Oh, right! Now that you mention it, the people of Liyue...
During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. We hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue after all, so I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his... We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhong?
Naturally, of course. But I must add, Liyue is no longer Morax's Liyue. Come with me.
Earphone को point internet ले गरेर पनि हुन्छ होला म चाहिँ इन्टरनेट ले गरेर हो कि जस्तो लागिरहेछ How do I go there?
Quake! Rise!
No.
Crumble! Rise! Crumble! Rise! Solidify! Crumble! Quake! Rise!
I will have order.
Freeze!
To ashes!
This is order.
Oh my god, it is
Quake!
I'm going in!
Let's dance! Ready, steady, go!
Cool it! Oh, so sorry.
Back off!
Rise! Order guide you.
Oh, more यार एक
This is... Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the god of salt had to fight back. The power of this sword surely is... If we can repair the sword, then we can show the...
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2 separate relics. According to the contract, you can only claim one.
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true.
Yes. But the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You cannot take two relics at the same time.
Zhongli, she...
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract is not followed...
No! If I only take one half, then it can't be repaired, and the power of the God of Salt cannot be restored, no matter what. I must be faithful to her, even if it breaks the contract. I don't care.
So you are already decided?
Zhongli!
That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath of the rock.
That's okay. The God of... Punish me however you want. Just let me take the...
No, you can't...
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. But, as punishment, I will tell you the truth.
Huh? The truth?
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you shall be your price to pay for breaking the contract. I'm afraid to say that the God of Salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost, never able to win a seat among the seven. During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Teyvat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, she could save herself and her people from the war. However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands, until only one small haven remained.
No.
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade? Then... this sword...
This sword is not a relic belonging to the God of Salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true! You're trying to test my faith in the God of Salt.
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax. Don't try...
Hey! Come back!
It is a punishment after all. I did not want to tell her such cruel facts. But the contract was broken. Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I feel...
Are these statue thingies running? What will we find ahead?
Salt. And betrayal.
What did they see? What?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all. This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. Her dying moments have since been frozen in time to this very day. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to give her a quick release.
But What about these steps?
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils to bear. Those who could not flee were thus transformed. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid upon them an eternal curse. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be appeased. But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted, even till the end, nurse hatred for her people in her heart?
Even if this is so, this must be a lie. Don't you dare try to shake my...
Yikes.
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, no, indeed. How sharp of you. Yet this is not a matter of faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morak. All right then. Now...
Huh?
Treading old ground, one cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintances.
Lah, सक्यो स्टोरी क्वेस्ट. उता पो हो यहाँ माथि पो रहेछ कति माथि हो यो
Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Guyan stone forest. The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. The Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler that she left behind should not return to Liyue. To leave them here is to let them slumber. And I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should remember that which history records. But history may be changed. This incident proved that. Time is a mighty force, and history's twisted. I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave its truth. Stone carvings were one such ancient method, but unchanging stone, immovable earth, even one such as myself.
Zhongli.
Therefore, I thought of you. You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. If our history is engraved in your memory, it will one day accompany you into another world. As long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of... Now then, it is time that we consigned both the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler.
What?
As I said before, this is the place to which the remnants of many bygone gods are consigned. This includes Osial, Overlord of the Vortex, who the Jade Chamber most recently returned to this ocean prison. Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folk tales remain. Osial, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume. And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate.
Okay, sakyo, story quest sakyo. Okay, रिजमल नदेको ल पछि आएर गरौँ ल कति 1 आवरको स्ट्रिम भएछ आज
Adventure time! Let's light it up! Men fall back.
Like guys, आजको लागि यति नै. I'll be streaming tomorrow. Good night. Tata bye bye.